Karen cannot be serious with this cockatoo, blunt, jaggedy wig, blonde wig that she's got in her confessions. No, absolutely not. Hi guys, you're watching Etcetera with me, Est. Make sure you like, subscribe, share, all that good ish. Now I'm back with another review, and this week is Real Housewives of Potomac season 5 episode 1 and 2. They gave us 2 episodes this season, which is good. For those who follow the show know that there was this big physical altercation between Monique and Candice. So that happened maybe halfway through the season. So it even starts off with broken glasses and people shouting, and Giselle and what's her name, Karen, kind of speaking to Monique, kind of saying, oh, this, you know, brings black women down. We've always tried to, you know, put ourselves on a high standard. Well, first of all, Giselle, you're like the wicked witch of the West. So I really don't understand how you can come at Monique. Obviously, we haven't seen the way this fight, this altercation goes down. But to me, from what I'm just seeing in like the first couple of minutes, is Giselle has never liked Monique. And this is probably like an opportunity for her to talk down to her or to make her feel like shit. Like, Giselle's just a witch. Anyway, let's get into it. So it starts off with Monique. She is in a family home. She's bought a new bird. She's got a new baby. Okay. And she goes to see Karen, who has moved back from, was it Grey Falls or something? I think it was just a little bit out of Potomac. So she's moved back into Potomac, and she doesn't live that far from Monique. Karen cannot be serious with this cockatoo, blunt, jaggedy wig, blonde wig that she's got in her confessions. No, absolutely not. The dress itself, I mean, it's very Karen. But this hair, Karen, no. Do you know what it reminds me of? Do you know that season that Nene had that silly wig? And she had that bright pink lipstick, and she had like the fringe blonde bob wig. It was awful. I mean, this is a little bit better than that, but it's still awful. So Karen and Monique are catching up, and Karen mentions that, you know, her and Ray are still having some sort of issues in their marriage, because they had issues last season, if I can remember clearly. But she started a business, she has a perfume line or something like that, so she's not in the house as much. He's also significantly older than her. I think she's like almost 20 years older than Karen. So it's getting to the point now, which I think is kind of similar to Nene and Greg, where obviously you meet someone when you're younger, they are older than you, and at the time it's nothing because both of you are still young, or, you know, the older person is still active. But then when it gets to like the person is in their 70s, obviously they're going to slow down. Their health is not going to be as great as it was before. Things change, and I think Karen is kind of seeing that now that she done married this old man. Giselle's new house. God. Listen, congratulations to her for, you know, this new house, this new home. But the decor is tacky as shit. Like, it's tacky as fuck. Maybe this is just a Potomac thing, because I just feel like in Potomac, even the way the women dress is very London 2007. Like, I feel like they're behind. So the way she's decorated her home, and I just think, I assume she's got money. She must have, or she's got significantly more than what I have. But if I had the means that she did, I would not be painting my walls freaking burgundy or this purple colour. That ain't it. Giselle has also taken back her cheating ex-husband after being divorced for about 12 years. Now, I'm not saying people can't get back together, but the stuff I've heard about Jamal Bryan, I mean, didn't he like father a child? Is it last year? I don't know. I just feel like he's just one of those scandalous pastors. I mean, even her children are just like, really? And I think probably more so because they're not used to seeing their parents together. Even her girls are like, what he's done in the past. I mean, he was a serial cheater. You said this, season 1, you said this. Do you know what? I feel like this is desperation from Giselle, you know. She's probably like, she must be in her 40s by now. In her 40s, what I can't remember that guy she was dating last season or whatever that just wasn't serious. She has needs or whatever it is. I mean, I don't know how that works because he's a pastor and they're not married yet, but anyway. To me, it's just a bit of desperation. Like, you're going to someone that you know will not take you back, but will have you. And I don't like Giselle like that, but I think that she deserves better because to me, it's just going to end up in tears again. Because I just think not once to cheat, always to cheat. But if someone is cheating, serial cheaters, as in like, just always cheating, unless they have therapy, or unless they like go to God. I know he's a pastor, but that don't mean anything. Giselle, just be careful. So Candice and her husband, they've been married for a year, I believe. So they want to have a party. The place that they want to rent out for the party, they have a budget for £5,000, so $5,000. The day that they want to do is actually $22,000. And they're going to have a cash bar, you know, to subsidize the cost of paying all that times 4, over times 4 the amount that they wanted to pay. Now, I don't know what these people are on because their house is big or big enough to host a party of like 30 people. Do you know what I mean? Have a little buffet in the kitchen, have unlimited drinks, do it in your house, save costs. $22,000 just for one party, and it's not a wedding or anything like that. It's a flipping anniversary party. Just some people they have money and just want to waste it. What's the point of having a big house? Your mum probably has a bigger house than you. Why can't you do in your mum's back garden? Ashley has also had her baby Dean, who looks exactly like Michael, her husband. Like, it's like she wasn't even there. She literally just was a host for his clone. Robin and Juan, fast forward, I don't care. I know that they're engaged now, congrats to them, but Robin, you're participating on borrowed time on this show. I wouldn't be surprised if you got the Charisse, is that her name? Charisse treatment and just became a friend of the show next season, because what are you really bringing? So Giselle and Candice are meeting up. I think Candice invited her to, I don't even know. What the hell does Giselle have on her head? This hat. This bejeweled hat. Oh, you know her and her husband, her ex-husband, what's his name? Jamal. They're so flipping tacky. Like, why do you need all this beading on your clothes? All this, your hat? You're actually a grown woman. Because I don't follow a lot of these women. Actually, I don't follow any of them on social media. So I only get what happens between them on Twitter and stuff like that from like blogs or these Instagram pages. So Giselle must have said something about Candice, and then Candice said something about Giselle's home. Is this what we're going to be talking about all season? You know what? These housewives, I mean, I think Kanye did it. Monique is doing it. They're potty training their children like before they're 1, like significantly young. And I'm like, how does that work? But if it works, it works. You're saving on nappies, but potty training someone that's like 4 or 5 months old, like you just don't normally hear that. But if it works, hey. So it's the night of Candice. Is her husband's name Chris or something? I can't remember. I don't care. It's the night of their anniversary party. What the hell does Candice have on? What is this outfit? Are you 12? Like, I'm just... The theme of the party is it denim and diamonds? I can't. Okay, so at this party as well, they're introducing the new housewife called Wendy. I'm invested in Wendy because she's Nigerian and I'm Nigerian, so yeah. Karen doesn't seem impressed, but we don't know why she doesn't seem impressed. I don't know why. However, I'm gonna give her a chance. Robin is wearing sparkly tights or footless tights with denim shoes. Why are they doing this? So Charisse is even here. Listen, I feel like Charisse is campaigning to be back on this show. So at this party, Candice says something. her mum says something, Karen says something. I don't know if her mum, Candice's mum, was drunk, but she was, you know. Anyway, and that was the end of episode 1. Oh my gosh, you know, I realized I didn't talk about their intros. So let's see the intros now.
I live in a house full of ballers, but I never get played.
So episode 2 starts with Karen and Ray, and Karen's talking about the issues in their marriage. I don't know if she feels that Ray isn't trying anymore or being as romantic. I don't know. Maybe Ray's just tired. Like, he's in his 70s. Like, he's tired. I'm not saying that's an excuse to not be romantic, but I just feel like you can't really expect the same energy from somebody who is in their 70s as opposed to somebody in like their 50s or 40s. Monique and Giselle meet up for lunch. I think they're talking about their friendship. I don't care. I'm sorry. Because just in a couple episodes more, Giselle's gonna be a bitch. Like, I just know it. So I'm not even, I'll give it like 2 episodes. Now they're talking about Candice and Ashley, and I completely forgot that there was an issue at the reunion. Maybe I should have rewatched the reunion before I watched this, but anyway, here we are. I didn't realise that Candice tweeted those things about Ashley the day she gave birth. That's horrible. And she didn't say sorry. Okay, so I think I understand how Monique and Candice probably got into this altercation later on in the season. So Charisse, who was used to be a housewife on the show, she was invited to the party that Candice and her husband threw for their anniversary. Now, Monique doesn't like Charisse because Charisse went around Potomac saying that she was having or potentially having an affair with her trainer. I don't know if she started the rumor, I don't know if she's just repeating it, but obviously it's got back to Monique, and Monique is not happy. So I think it's so much like, why are you fucking with someone, i.e. Charisse, Candice, and we're trying to build a friendship, and you know that this person has spoken badly against me in regards to me being faithful to my husband. So I kind of get that, and I didn't know that Charisse and Candice were friends. So I don't know if it's a genuine friendship or if Charisse is trying to get back on the show. So Candice has lunch or dinner, whatever, with Wendy. Wendy's the new housewife. They are introducing her. She's a doctor. She's just recently had a baby. She's got a nice, cute family. She's Nigerian, so woo. She seems nice. As I said for the first episode, she seemed cool. She seems nice hair. She's Candice's friends. I don't know what to think of that, but we'll see. I don't know if Ashley's hair, if this is all Ashley's hair, the straight look in the confessionals, but this is not it. I'm sorry. She looks so much better when she has her hair naturally curly. I don't know, I feel like she looks a bit like Okie Doke, that children's program. Like, it's just making her face. And she's a pretty girl. Like, I just don't think this is the style. Maybe she'd put a couple of waves or a bit of curls, I don't know, but this is not it. Giselle meets up with Juan and they're talking. Juan basically says he wants to ask Robin to marry her or remarry her again. Him again. I guess. I just didn't understand Juan and Robin's relationship dynamic. I mean, I guess. Candice and her husband are discussing the pregnancy test she took that was negative. She said she was a little bit disappointed, but she, you know, in her confessional she's talking about still having doubts about if she wants to be a mother and, you know, will she raise the child right and all that stuff, which is completely valid. But I just feel like at the age you are now, which she's in her 30s, she's a couple of years older than me, you're already married. If you still have doubts about wanting children, I just think maybe just children aren't just not for you. And Chris has a daughter, I believe, already, or he's got kids already, so he's got that. Just be a stepmom if you're having doubts, because I just feel like if you have doubts at this point, I don't know, I just feel like when will you not have doubts? Oh, okay, I didn't realize that well, I fast forwarded to be fair, but I didn't realize that Giselle and Monique were doing this thing for Ashley as like a, you know, coming out party from having a baby some weeks ago. Okay, this is cute. This is cute. Ashley's booty hole was basically torn during labor. It's like every day I just hear something else that make me think, okay, maybe the labor part of the pregnancy is not for you, because it has to come out at some point. And your anus? Quick question, why is Candice there? If this party was for, or dinner party was for Ashley, why the hell is this silly woman here? Candice, you haven't gone on a honeymoon yet, but you paid $22,000 just to rent out the space for that nonsensical party you had last episode. And you're still using condoms with your husband. What's the point? Does Chris have like a disease or something, or do you have a disease that you're not disclosing? Because one of the reasons that you get married is to, you know, bareback all the time. I see what Giselle and Monique wanted Candice to do, to apologize to Ashley, but I just don't think it was the time. Like, this was a party, you know, a dinner for Ashley, you know, her first time out since having the baby and being with friends. This is not the time to be doing an apology. At the end of the day, Candice, you could have just said, you know what, I apologize for what I said, but I do want to speak to you privately, to talk to you properly later on without anybody else here. Candice, babe, I feel like this season is the season that people are you're gonna be having some arguments this season, because this is how it's been set up. You have issues with Ashley, you're gonna have issues with Monique, maybe Giselle, probably, because Giselle just has a problem with everyone. And yeah, I'm looking forward to this season. I've always said I prefer Potomac to Atlanta, just because I feel like Potomac is still in their infancy compared to Atlanta, and I feel like the women actually have had friendships more or less before the show, so the relationships seem a bit more genuine. Okay guys, remember to like, share, subscribe. I hope you've enjoyed this review, and I'll see you for the next one. Bye.